Hi, this is
Hello.
Emma. I'm
Hello.
Kevin. Yeah, yesterday we had a like a daddy and daughter video that got popular.
Yeah.
This is something so-called like a beauty economy. You know that what I mean? Like a 美女经济. Because we have beauty here, so a lot of people like the video. We got a lot of view yesterday, only 24 hours, a lot. So that's why we think probably we can do something like daddy and the daughter
Yeah.
video series and talking about English learning.
Yeah.
A lot of people make comments on my previous video, asking why Emma doesn't have a series like a teaching English.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably we will think. Why?
Well, I haven't really thought about like YouTube and all that stuff yet. Like all this stuff is new to me. I just recorded my very first like official video, which was posted like 2 days ago, 1 day ago.
No, just yesterday.
No, it was 2 days. Oh wait,
Really?
you posted it yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my first time. So I didn't really like think about like myself as like a teacher or YouTuber. But like since you guys
You will become a superstar.
Apparently all you guys
Superstar.
liked our video from yesterday, apparently. And you guys left in the comments like requesting English courses for me, so I've decided that.
And you know what? Teaching English needs a special skill. You have to be like qualified. You gotta be special trained. Probably, I don't really think you're qualified now.
Yeah.
No.
Well, not like official English.
Well, yeah, but we still can help. Like we can have some like relax.
Yeah,
series,
like
not
kind-
a official learning English.
yeah, kind of like casual conversations.
Exactly.
So you can survive in America or the UK or any English-speaking country.
Yeah, you know what? Based on my experiences, it's kind of a bad experiences when I was learning English by two younger than your age.
Yeah.
When we learn English, I was in China, and the English class is just learning English. It's the target, the goal is learning English. It's not very interesting, and it's kind of
Boring.
it's boring. Yeah, what we learn is this is a car, it's a blue car.
Blue
It's a teacher Wang, we
Yeah,
do it.
that's what we do in Chinese class too.
Really?
It's so
Oh,
fun.
that's why you don't like Chinese.
That's why I
huh?
hate Chinese class.
Okay, so probably you can do something new. Based on my experiences, is you'd better not to learn English, or we can say never learn English, but instead learning something else, but using English to learn. Is that exactly what I learned? Because after I immigrated to Canada back to how many years? 13?
2000.
15 years. 15 years ago. Yeah, 2015. 15 years ago, when I immigrated to Canada, my English is kind of horrible at the moment. Not much better now. And what I did is I watch TV, and I have to learn a lot of things. Not English. I have to learn a lot of things, like how to use like an ATM machine, how to talk to people,
How to
like
call 911. They
how
don't
to
teach
call
you
911.
that.
Yeah, they don't never.
They
I
don't
never
teach
got
you
taught.
anything useful.
Exactly. But I had to learn that in English because I watched YouTube videos. See, what if you are like a
Yeah, like if you're chased by someone. You can
Exactly.
you can order fried chicken, but you can't call the police. That's the problem with second language classes these days.
That's true. That's true. So after 15 years, I think I learned a lot from that. So probably we can share some experiences like
Yeah,
that
some
to
tips.
the people. For you, probably the kids, right? For
Yeah.
me, probably the adults like who moved to US or
Immigration,
Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
you probably
international
can.
students, anyone like coming
That's true.
to
Yeah.
speak English.
So probably what we can do is in this series.
Yeah, so basically I'm going to be like covering casual conversation. Obviously this is not an official English learning
Casual.
class. Yeah, this is very
Yeah,
casual,
very casual.
but probably by the end of this course you'll be able to kind of understand like how American, at least American English.
Or Canadian.
Yeah, or
Doesn't
Canadian.
matter.
Yeah, basically how English speakers in America function, and if you like come here for like a visit, you will be able to kind of decipher what they're saying because it actually sounds very different than what you would learn like in a language class.
Yeah, most likely you will never learn that
Yeah.
in for example in China from the Chinese English teacher. Probably you never learn that, but
Yeah.
you can learn from Emma.
Yeah.
She's a native speaker, but
Yeah.
I'm not. But I probably can be like a bad example.
Yeah, he's gonna be my bad example.
For example, I can tell you what I learned when I was your kid, that how I learned English and what kind of mistake I made. And a lot of funny story. Like when I just moved to Canada, I made so many funny stories. Some of them I still remember. So probably Kay can like make fun of myself, and she can actually correct what I did was wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's basically how to survive in America. A guide to English speaking.
True.
Yeah.
And also, she probably can share a short story.
Yeah, basically
every video.
Yeah, basically like topics. And I got this idea actually from a couple of months ago when I participated in a program for like quarantine students in China. That was back when we still were in school. So
That's
that
very
was
helpful. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. So I basically get paired with a Chinese student living in China in quarantine. And you basically act like an English tutor to them. You help them with like reading comprehension and all that stuff. But I found that like after meeting with my student for like more than a month, I think, we mainly focus on speaking because in China, at least from what I know, you like they mainly teach you like reading. Like you can like read words and you can like comprehend, but you can't really speak it as well.
Because
like,
they don't have people to speak to.
Yeah, so that's what we're mainly going to be focusing on. So for example, one video in the series could be on just movies, type of movies in America. So kind of like a culture blended into.
Yeah, culture is very important. Like when we learn a language, actually is part of that is learning their culture, or maybe the goal is learning their culture. If you learn a language without learning the culture, probably most likely you don't really understand a lot of like expression or terminology. Like a lot of them, like people talk. We hear in the United States, people talk a lot of things. They give you a word. Actually, they're not only a word. It is a concept which is coming from either from a Bible, either from a movie, or from like a famous talk show. If you don't have the cultural background,
you're gonna be very
confused. I believe you know every word, but you don't know what they're trying to say.
For example, if you say sour grapes, you might be like, okay, it means grapes that
so
aren't sweet.
we have in Chinese we have sour grapes.
But like translation.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
Okay, well that's like an exception. But like, okay, think of a
like
saying.
a good Samaritan.
Huh? Oh yeah, the Good Samaritan.
Samaritan, sorry, I meant that pronunciation.
Yeah, that was Bible example. You guys probably don't know what it is because you don't really have that like background culture. But for example, in America, you might hear somebody say, "He's a good Samaritan," or something like that, and you would be pretty confused because you know he's not literally a good Samaritan.
Yeah, there are also some slang like you cannot translate word by word.
Oh yeah.
Because it have a meaning ton that. And one example
especially
is.
in teens. We use a ton of
yeah,
slang.
not only teens but even adults. They have a lot of some, especially people talking in bars like that. Like people talk very differently than the official language.
Keeps on updating now. So like I'm pretty sure you guys say like LOL.
What?
LOL, laugh out loud.
Oh, laugh out loud. It's an internet word.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like you can say YOLO or
meme.
Memes.
Yeah.
Or like their drip, the drip.
Yeah.
Give it right now.
You probably cannot learn from like a Chinese, English textbook. One example is like people sometimes call this guy is really a badass. The badass you cannot translate bad and ass, right? It actually means that it has nothing to do with the ass.
Yeah.
Right? It just means this guy is
very cool.
Very cool. He's really a cool guy.
He's not a bad butt.
Yeah, it's nothing negative. Just like, whoa, this guy is really badass.
Yeah,
right?
basically. So just words like that.
Yeah.
We'll be covering.
Yeah, and also Emma can share the story, like probably every day, like what you did or what you heard about. For example, the last movie you watched, probably the concert we
we heard yesterday.
Online concert, a lot of things we can share. And for the English student, likely you can probably like that part most because you can see how a Chinese Canadian American, it's too complicated, right?
Yeah.
How those kind of people like living in California and the everyday lifestyle and the popular culture among the teenagers.
Yeah, it's very different from China.
Very different. I can tell it's because I was in China when I was that age, so I totally understand how big the differences are. It's very different.
Especially in Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley is very
Yeah.
different than anywhere in the United States.
Yeah. So that's basically an overview of what this playlist is going to be about. How many videos do you think it will be?
I don't know.
Yeah, as long as it needs to be.
Yeah, and also as long as we have some subscribers and comments give some encouragement.
So I hope you guys liked it.
Right, and it's also a bad chance for me to learn English as well. I have to learn from her because she's a native speaker, but I'm not. I'm still learning. Even I have been staying in Canada and the US for 50 years. I'm still learning every day. It's learning language is something you can never stop.
Yeah. Definitely. So basically that's overview of this playlist.
Right. And
this is like obviously highly requested by you guys, so we're doing it.
Sure, and please subscribe and
like, give a thumbs
and,
up, comment if you like it.
and the notification you can get the updates.
Yeah.
Every time we have a new.
And go subscribe to my channel too.
Oh yeah,
Just
her
having
channel. Yeah, her
It
channel.
will be linked in the description. Yeah. I just made one today.
Yeah,
so that's
pretty cool.
fun.
You will like it.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye.